Go, return on thy way. Anoint Hazael to be king over Syria, and Elisha, the son of Shaphat, shalt thou anoint to be prophet in thy room.
Yahweh instructed Elijah to anoint Elisha as his successor, assuring him that he was not alone. There were still 7,000 in Israel who had not bowed to Baal. Elijah went forth to find Elisha, a young man plowing his fields, to call him as his disciple and successor. In a simple yet powerful act, Elijah cast his cloak upon Elisha, a symbol of his prophetic mantle.
Let me, I pray thee, kiss my father and my mother, and then I will follow thee.
Elisha's response was immediate and heartfelt. He sacrificed his oxen, gave up his old life, and followed Elijah, signifying his dedication to Yahweh's calling. Through Elijah's obedience, the work of Yahweh was to be continued in Yasharal. After some time, Ahab and Jezebel plotted to murder Naboth for his vineyard. Yahweh sent Elijah to deliver a harsh judgment against them for their wickedness. Elijah also foretold Jezebel's end, declaring that dogs would devour her by the wall of Jezreel.
Thus saith Yahweh, in the place where dogs licked the blood of Naboth shall dogs lick thy blood, even thine.
This prophetic word would eventually come to pass, showing the seriousness of Yahuwah's justice. After King Ahab's death in battle, his son Ahaziah took the throne over Yasharal. However, like his father, Ahaziah turned away from Yahuwah, choosing idolatry over faithfulness. When he fell through the lattice of his upper room and was severely injured, Ahaziah sent messengers to inquire of Baalzebub, the god of Ekron, hoping to learn if he would recover. But as the messengers were on their way, the Malek of Yahweh appeared to Elijah, delivering a message for the king.
Is it not because there is no Elohim in Yasharal that you go to inquire of Baalzebub, the god of Ekron? Now therefore, thus saith Yahweh, thou shalt not come down from that bed on which thou art gone up, but shalt surely die.
Elijah's message was a direct rebuke, highlighting Ahaziah's faithlessness and warning him of his impending death.
What manner of man was he, which came up to meet you and told you these words?
He was a hairy man, and girt with a girdle of leather about his loins.
It is Elijah the Tishbite.
Recognizing that it was Elijah, the prophet of Yahuwah, Ahaziah understood the gravity of the message. Despite being a king in Yasharal, he had chosen to seek answers from a false god, rejecting Yahuwah's sovereignty. So Ahaziah sent his captains and soldiers to summon Elijah. But these men came in arrogance, disregarding Elijah's authority.
Thou man of Elohim, the king hath said, come down.
Fire descended, consuming 2 groups of soldiers, but the third captain, who came humbly and fell on his knees before Elijah.
O man of Yah, I pray thee, let my life and the life of these 50 thy servants be precious in thy sight. Behold, there came fire down from heaven, and burnt up the 2 captains of the former 50s with their 50s. Therefore let my life now be precious in thy sight.
Thus the Malek of Yah instructed Elijah to go with them unto King Ahaziah to speak the judgment of Yah. And as Elijah had prophesied, Ahaziah died on his bed, never recovering from his injuries. Along his journey, Elijah visited different places, each time accompanied by Elisha, who refused to leave his side. The sons of the prophets, aware of what was to come, questioned Elisha.
Knowest thou that Yahuwah will take away thy master from thy head today?
Yea, I know it. Hold ye your peace.
Elisha, aware of Elijah's imminent departure, chose to remain steadfast, not wanting to dwell on the separation, but focusing instead on remaining with his master until the end.
Knowest thou that Yahuwah will take away thy master from thy head today?
Yea, I know it. Hold ye your peace.
Once more, Elisha acknowledged their words but kept his resolve. His loyalty and devotion to Elijah remained strong, even as others reminded him of the approaching farewell. Finally, they arrived at the Jordan River, where Elijah would perform his last miracle before being taken up. Elisha stayed close by, determined to witness every moment, and to receive a blessing before his master's departure. In a miraculous moment, Elijah struck the water with his mantle, and the river parted before them, allowing them to cross on dry ground. Elijah, knowing his time was near, asked Elisha what he would desire before he departed.
Ask what I shall do for thee before I be taken away from thee.
I pray thee, let a double portion of thy Ruach be upon me.
Elisha's request for a double portion of the Ruach was not a desire for personal power, but a plea for the strength and anointing needed to carry on the work of Yahuwah with even greater responsibility.
Thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so.
My father, the chariot of Yasharal, and the horsemen thereof.
Elisha was left with Elijah's mantle, a symbol of his prophetic calling, as he continued Elijah's mission, empowered by Yahuwah's Ruach HaKodesh. Through Elijah's life, Yahuwah revealed his power, justice, provision, and faithfulness to his people. Elijah's obedience, courage, and unwavering trust in Yahuwah inspire us to live boldly for the kingdom. Just as Elijah called Yasharal back to Yahuwah, we too are called to stand firm in our faith, trusting that Yahuwah is with us in every step of our journey. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life of Elijah. May his story inspire you to seek Yahuwah with all your heart. Shalom and blessings to you all.